Another live broadcast. Second one in 2 days. Is anybody there? Hello, come on, jump on. Is anybody there watching? We are live for another little stealth broadcast on the Good Ship Tony C. Smith YouTube channel. I'll just wait till get some folks in there to say hello. We've got more things going on, to be honest. So do come and see us. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let us know who's here and about. Again, it was just like a little jumping in, practicing on my setup here. So comments. Oh, Lindsay. Hello, Lindsay. How are you doing, lass? Nice to see you again. I've got to keep on. Michael, how are you doing, Michael? Nice to have you in there. Getting ready. Was it croquet? Getting ready to get the garden going. Now, I did a live stream yesterday as well, and I'm just kind of getting in the swing of it again because it was last year when I did them from the potting shed, which is the hut out there, and I'm not doing them probably just yet from there. I'm doing them from the coziness from my own home. So that's what's happening tonight. Another broadcast. Hello, Graham. How are you doing there? And Louise, Lindsay, Ryan, all jumping in again. Graham with his BMW. See, I recognise these now. Hello, Amanda. How are you doing? Denise, Dennis. Carol, John. Hello, Adam. How are you doing, John? John Owen there. Nick, how are you doing? Nice to see you all in. So, what are we doing? Well, we talked about, I showed you last time, kind of Charlie Dowden's old one, and again I wanted to get Steve on and just ask him, but I think he's watching Coronation Street. So hello, Marion, how are you doing, lass? Nice to see you again. So I'm going through Charlie Dowden's calendar, and I brought in some of my plants. Yeah, these are the seeds that I grew. If I was in an exam, I'd be close to a fail with these ones. Let's just see if I can switch over to my little camera there. Let's have a look. Right. So these are the Audrey centers. These there you go. Look at that. These are, I think they're called Paris Cos. Now, to be honest, the bulletproof, and I'll pull one out. I'll just kind of, I can show you that. I'll bury it as deep as I can. Do you know what I mean? Once it kind of goes, once I start like pricking them out, I could probably prick them out now. Just time, to be honest. But these do a lovely kind of crisp green lettuce, which I really, I've still got loads of seeds from one packet. So, and if you remember with them, I did them in the hut, and I was only using the heat base. I wasn't using light. So every morning I had to kind of run out, if I didn't forget, to bring them outside to get a bit of light in them. So I've also got, I'll show you some more later. I'll show you this one. This is another lettuce one, which looks a bit, can I get into focus there? So come on, try your best, lad. Freckles. Again, just a nice looking, and it by the name on the side, you know what I mean? A nice looking lettuce as well. And lettuce is just like you say, you just grow it, you know what I mean? You could probably grow it every week. But that's my Freckles. And Steve introduced us to that there as well, so that's quite nice. Got a few lettuces and all that, but yeah, they're quite, is that one again? They're quite, you know what I mean? Yeah, that'll be alright there. Yeah. First batch. I think the first batch of anybody, you know what I mean, it's a bit fickle, isn't it? You know what I mean? You're trying to kind of get them germinated with the heat, but then you want light and you've got to bring in light, and I'm trying not to bring in light. So they've all been germinated in natural light with just that, or like I say, just that heat mat on a night time. Then I've been honestly just taking them outside with that plastic cover. Oh, it's on the floor, just like a plastic cover, and it's been great, to be honest. So I've got a couple more in here. I'll show you them while what's these ones? Oh, these are my cabbages, Durham Early. just put you back on. There's a razor. There's me Durham Earlies. That's a nice long one. It's a good nearly 2 inches long, that. But again, I'll just bury that right in. Then this is what I'm quite happy with, to be honest. I know there's not much to show. Don't know if you can see. Those are my seeds, and there's quite a few germinations. Hard to show on camera. There's quite a few. These are my little spring onions that I saved as well. So you know what I mean, just like, I've never done that before, you know what I mean, I've never kind of kept my own seeds. I'm just kind of, to be honest, I like to go and get, because normally by the end of it, my stuff was wrecked. So I like to kind of buy my seeds. But Audrey was telling us as well about me Brad's Atomic Grape. Now, you know, Audrey was a bit unsure. Audrey sent over the Brad's Atomic Grape. Is Audrey in? I'm not sure if Audrey's in, to be honest. Audrey sent over them Brad's Atomic Grape a couple of years ago. Loved them. Last year gone, I kept my own seeds, but Audrey said she wasn't too sure if they'll germinate. I mean, they'll germinate, but if they'll kind of give fruit. Hasn't she been in touch with Mr. Brad? I forget what Audrey said he's called. She's been in touch with him, and they will germinate. So if you drop me, I'll pick 5 people. I'm going to send some of my seeds. Send us an email to sophanotes@gmail.com. Sophanotes. I'll pick 5 and I'll send you some of these Brad's Atomic Grape. So we've had it from the horse's mouth, the guy that invented Brad's Atomic Grape, that these seeds work. Well, I've got oodles now. I've got 2 packets up at the allotment from Baker Creek, and I've got these ones in the kitchen. So sophanotes@gmail.com. for them. Right then, let's get some questions. Come on, ask us some questions. I'll say what. It's only been. Did anyone go in? Was anybody here yesterday? And has anybody done anything in the garden since we've seen each other yesterday? Let's have a look. Is this the first time people have been on as well? Hi, Jim. How are you doing, Jim Grant? Paul, nice to see you. Anne, how are you doing? Paul Weaver. Maya, that's nice. Jim, Samantha. We're all in there. Louise. I'm not sure it's just my phone, but you sound quite quiet. Again, quite quiet. I'm all right. No, I'm up there. Turn your phone up. I can probably go a little bit louder. Go silly. There. I'm a little bit louder. And I'm talking a bit quiet as well, because it's late at night. Do you know what I mean? I'm not kind of shouting. Actually, why don't I put the microphone in front of me? I've had the microphone right over. Can you see my microphone there? Wait on. So where's the microphone there? I've had this thing turned right around. So yes, that'll be better, eh? Get the microphone on. Well, Maxine, how are you doing? Lindsay. Kevin, evening, Kevin there. Clitheroe, Lancashire lad, how are you doing? XAA112, what a name for a... Oh, Amanda's saying she had to replant some daffs there. Right, lass. Pup dug them up. Oh, man. I think Daisy would be kind of on that there as well. Do you know what I mean? So, feel for you, Amanda. Let's turn and get this mic. I don't want to be popping me. James, hello, the Tomato King. Get him going. Best wishes. Fletchy baby, that's better. Yeah, sound better now, is it? It was 3.5 foot into a corner of a wall. That's a lot better. Moving the microphone. Louise, man, it was me, not you. It's always a professional, Jim, you see. Right, when you put up your tomato seedlings, do you use any special roots to treat them? No, not at all. Get away, man. Bloody hell, man. I'll just put them in. Well, I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of my videos, but I use the pots. So in the polytunnel, pots with the holes cut out at the bottom, compost, dig a hole, put compost in, put the pot in, fill more compost, tomato plant in, and string up. And that's how I do it. And all I can say is make sure, if you've got strong string, because sometimes you can get cracking crops you know. So Geordie Dave. Right, wait, let's just read that, Dave. I'm an allotment newbie, and you've had the plot for a year and hard working, but it's getting there. That's, to be honest, Dave, that's kind of I love messing around in, you know, that doing that. You know what I mean? Like the actual reaping the benefits is just like playing in the garden. Do you know what I mean? Reaping the benefits of all the fruit and that is kind of a little bit underneath the secondary. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's just from, I don't know, say from June, July, August, you're just constantly pulling fruit and pulling vegetables, and then you haven't got time to do anything. You know, you're weeding, you've got to be on top of your weeding, and it gets a little bit, for me, not a little bit stressful, but a little bit kind of, you foot off the pedal through the winter months, and you can just do other things, you know. What's Jim saying there, Jim? I have to put on my seedlings. It's going quite well. Peas, Brussels sprouts, leeks. I know I need to get some Brussels sprouts away again. I haven't done that, Jim. Oh, Maxine just moved to a new home in East Facing Garden. It gets the morning sun. Is there any veg I can grow? Raised beds, no dig, lots of shade, lots of plastic. Maxine, plastic plants. You'll be fine, man, to be quite honest. You know what I mean? I know we're kind of vegging that, but East Facing, you'll get enough light through that morning to be kind of to do great. And I would just not practice, but just trial everything, grow everything. You know what I mean? You'll be surprised. You're still daylight, and you're still, especially through the summer, getting God knows how many hours. So this is what I learned off Steve Green's head up. Just practice, like trial, not practice, but just trial. Just have goes. You know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? But it's no good not sowing it, because you'll never find out. So just sow as much as you can, as much as everybody. Watch YouTube channels, whatever way planting and sowing, you do it, and then just see how it goes. Is it too early for beetroot, Bernadette? I would probably see, as a YouTuber, I was saying this to Steve the other day, I like to get my stuff in so it's like ready for the videos to go now. But I think it's a little touch early, a couple of weeks to be honest, and then in a greenhouse, you know, with a touch of heat if you have some or anything like that, or the propagators, do your beetroot. But some folks are doing it. You know what I mean? It all depends where you live as well. You know, Bernadette. It's again, you could just throw a few in a little tray now, see how they grow. You know, see if they come on. If you're germinating in the house, they'll germinate. It's that stage 2, which is my bugbear as well. Germination's all right. I need a greenhouse. I've got a polytunnel. Anything else? Nigel, how are you doing, Nigel? Nice to have you on, lad. Been back offered right, Marcel. I've been looking to be offered a 12 metre by 5. Oh, needs new close to trench. Base rail or trench new plastic. It's 6 2/3, to be honest. Mine was a bought one, and I trenched it, and I think it's hard work trenching. But I'm trying to think if Steve's have trenched or not. Maybe he's but I know my old one was battened, braced around. It all depends. Do you know what I mean? It's just I feel you can get it. I don't know if this is true or not, but maybe just me. I like to shimmy the plastic, you know, with the soil in, that kind of, and get it like that, you know. So first off, I would always probably dig it. The way mine is at the moment, if it goes again, it would be pretty hard to dig it, you know what I mean? So I might have to brace it, because I've got beds there and all sorts around it, you know what I mean? It'd be a few hard days graft to clear it all and then dig it again. But I like the trench method, you know. But very well done there, getting being given one there. Nice. Hello, Amelia. How are you doing, lass? Nice to see you. Saving tips. I know it just, I'm useless. I'm going to, just get organized. Do you know what I mean? And I'm the worst one at it. It's quite easy to say it, but just get organized. Get your, like, say, spring onions every 2 weeks. Little tray, tiny little tray, a few in. At least you can kind of, it all comes where, for me, mind you, I'm useless at timekeeping and everything like that. But timekeeping, and watch videos when we're planting, when we're sowing. Do you know what I mean? And when you learn so much from YouTube, and just type in. Do you know what I mean? When to sow beetroot. How to look after beetroot. So much. Never enough time. Hello from Chicago. Hello, Francine. Nice to have you on there. Very nice. Kiwi back on. That was a few all over this week, tonight. Widespread gales. Hi, Big T. That's a great name. That widespread gales. God, we've had some there. Jed, how we doing, lad? Jed, ever grown? Joseph's Court. No, I've never. Callaloo? No, I'm not sure, Jed, what they are, to be honest. That's the first I've heard of them. Bought some seeds. You'll have, Jed, let us know what they are, to be honest. Everybody starts out well, honestly, perfect. But it gets, to me, I get a bit lapsed, and I sow seeds, and then sometimes I don't even bother pricking them out, and just they end up like in them little trays I've just showed you, just go in the pot dry. So ground cover reduces weeds, so much where you can. There you go. There's a tip for you. There's a pro, Anne. It is. Do you know what I mean? Like, that saves me so much work. Raised beds, and then just covering it. Covering the raised beds in around about October, November. It just stops that weeds. It gives you a chance to have a breather, and then you can crack on the following season. You don't come back. I go up there now, and there's hardly any weeds at all. I'll have to get up there and do a video, and you'll see. And it's just purely by no dig. Do you know what I mean? Putting more compost on, keeping them weeds down. Places where the weeds are coming, they're coming on my strawberry bed. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's got bloody weed membrane on, but there's little holes for the strawberry plants, and the grass seeds are getting in there, and I'm pulling them this year after, I mentioned this yesterday. Oh, got the hiccups there. How's Stefan? How are you doing? Nice to have you there. So I'm pulling the strawberry plants this year. I'll get the crop, and then I'll get them again from, did I get them from Dobies? I'm not 100% sure, but it was a pack of 24, and it was just brilliant, because it was different varieties. I've mentioned this again on the video, and each variety fruited at a different time. Just perfect. Do you know what I mean? So, do I use cover crops? Do you mean, Maxine? Just put you there. Do I cover crops like for the winter, like green manures and things like that? Because if no, that's no, not a chance. Can't be bothered with all that nonsense. I know. Hello there, Danos. How are we doing, lad? Nice to have you there. Jed, what you got stuff under lights running out of space. Jed, I could do it now. I could go in the polytunnel. I could set them big propagators up, and I end up with too much stuff. And the frost last year nipped me bloody. I was a bit gutted, to be quite honest. It nipped me rebas, which were lovely plants. You know what I mean? You could have. One night, and the first day I put them up, the first night they got knocked. And I said this year, I said, right, I'm going to do it the way God and I should. I'm in the northeast of England, man. The bloody wall is only a mile away. Do you know what I mean? So it's cold up here. So I'm doing it correctly. I'm trying to do it correctly. Do you see to bring data? What was that? I love that. XA12. Questions that comes to mind now and then, Tony. Why do you only seem to bring Daisy to the allotment? Then the other, because I've got 3 dogs. Is that what you mean? It's purely because she's the sanest, calmest. Do you know what I mean? Douglas is just, they're all, I love them all. Do you know what I mean? The kind of, I don't think there's any down here. Douglas wants to play with a ball. Ball. So anything that's a ball, a bit of stick, he'll be there, spitting it out and putting it in front of me lap, you know, I'd have to throw it. And that would be from the minute there to the, you know what I mean? And then Ralph is a working cocker spaniel, a little working cocker, and they're obviously, it's the breed, he's anxious. So if I was there kind of ignoring him for, you know what I mean, just like where Daisy just like, I'm going to have a lie down, you know what I mean? And she has her fun minutes, you know what I mean, kind of, but she's the calmest one. And actually when we go, like, save a little cottage, you can only take one dog. We take Daisy because when you go in the pub, it's the same thing. Douglas, Ralph. So that's why. It's a long explanation, but that's why. Actually, I'm just popped that on. I haven't read it there. Yeah, you were talking about keeping weeds down. Charles Dowden talks about keeping roots in the soil for no dig. Yeah, to be honest, I do sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially like say, but I'll pull them up if they're in my way. Do you know what I mean? I tried this last time with, it was the tomatoes, last year's tomatoes. You know, I was cutting them off and I was stamping them in the ground again just to cut the stems off. But then I come to kind of rake it and get it nice and sun would turn, and I was like, just throw them out. So for me, it just, if it works, you know, the ones, me raised beds in the garden, I'll be cutting, I've got some red cabbages to kind of dump, and I'll be just snipping them roots off and just leaving them, to be honest. I'll just leave them in and, you know, not plant round them, but that's all right. But sometimes roots leaving in, they just, whatever works for you, sometimes it gets on my nerves and they come out and I'm trying to rake it and get it neat. So, what else? Any questions? Come on, ask us some questions. Kayleen, how are you doing? Just want to say my partner is a Geordie in Texas. Oh, there we go. He's far afield. Look after him. He'll be a big baby far from home. And use your videos to practice my listening skills. So, yeah, so we can talk fast, Haley. Definitely can, lass. Hi, Fletchy baby. I'm putting these up, you know, I'm not even reading them as you. Hi, Tony. I've got about 8 varieties, peppers on the go, as well as loads of others, veg, and of course strawberries too. Which particular varieties you grow and supplier? Right. Well, what have I got? I'm sure I've got. Oh, come on, Tom. What have I got? Charlottes, second earlies, but I'll use them as earlies. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to plant them all at the same time, to be honest. Charlottes, pink fir apples, and Desiree. I think that, yeah. And I think I went with the Desiree one this year because Jamie Oliver says it's the best potato for bacon, but all round. Some, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm going for. Hey, look, he's back again. How are you, lad? How are you doing? Yes, I'm trying out new stuff, to be honest. Got a whole new range of lights and microphones and all different things, and I'm just trying them out. So that's what it is. You should be doing a YouTube channel, Ian. That's what you should be doing, lad. Wow, top chat, 101 people. What's that? What we got in? 101. Nice backdrop, Tony. Yes, well, I can actually. Where's my backdrops? I can mess around with them, to be honest. Because I've got some. That was, I don't know when that photograph was taken, to be honest. It was a couple of years ago. But I can kind of put a cold, wet one. Yes, I'm saying bloody cold, wet there. Yeah. That's when you can kind of, God, what? So this photograph in the background, I'm just looking there. So this little box to my left, that's broad beans coming out there. I haven't been up since I planted them broad beans, so I'll have to have a look. We've got the last, so that must have been like the winter of last year. So yes, because that's celery still at the back of the polytunnel there. Few onions grown there, little onions. They turn out to be just like little marble onions, the on the left, on the right hand side. But I got a nice crop, and we're still using them for like salads, which are perfect. Don't throw onions away just because they're little. No, not at all. Don't. Right, would you be if I begin? Dano, I'm going to just pop this up there so I can read it there. What's the best advice for beginner allotment holder for got your allotment in September 2010? Well, you've had a year of it. Started doing videos on second channel, dude. Oh, started doing videos. Do you mean allotment videos, Dano? Well, that's good then. Yes, Dano's. So you're not doing on Dano's Universe or second channel, right? It's funny. I'm going to do another channel on NFTs. Can I show you? Have I got it here or not? Let's have a look. I'm not sure if I have it. No, somewhere here. Oh, this is it. See that? Let us know if you can see that. Just say yes, Tony, we can see that. Go on. You think ever Grace Gardener's World with your present? They don't want me. Gardener's World. So this little thing here is my NFT, this is from that, right, Tracy said yes. So that there is a little NFT, and let's get it. You wouldn't believe what that's worth now, that little picture. Do you know what I mean? It's just bizarre, to be honest. So that's me one little picture. Now, don't forget, subscribe. I'm just checking these new things out. Oop. Right, so that's all what people are saying yes now. I'll bring it up again. I've made it dead small. What have I made it small for? There. So this is my NFT. This little chap in the space buggy, in this little space buggy, this going to space image is new. But this chap here, I could honestly buy a bloody brand new Range Rover with that NFT. It's ridiculous, and I paid a couple £100 for it. The NFT scam, don't me, bloody the kids, Ian, man, get that up there. The kids, man, they're just bloody. They're the ones that, you know what I mean. Your kids are going to be kind of dealing in these stuff. It's just new technology. Those old ones, do you know what I mean? Those old ones don't get it. Right then, what's an NFT, Sarah? An NFT is a non-fungible token. So in the future, I'm not going to go on too much about this. Everything's going to be on the blockchain, all your legal documents and everything like that. The blockchain's this technology where corrupt governments and dodgy people can't get at it. That's why China wants to ban it, because they can't get their fingers on it. So all your private documents will be on there. And at the moment, NFTs sit on the blockchain, and you can't get them. So that's why they're unique. Anyway, right, gardening questions. Garden, could you guys get me on down crypto? We don't see the long point of NFTs. Oh, Ian, you've just got to get into it, lad. You've got to get into it and see what's in NFT. Am I late to the show, Samantha? Not at all. Darry there, how are you doing? From Southern California. Oh, what's the weather like there? It'd be a touch warmer than here, I would have thought. So yes, have I got anything else to show? These little... What are these ones? Well, I've showed you the freckles. Oh, I've showed you everything there. So, what am I? Can you have a look at my new... Tony, wait on. Lee, I'm just going to put you up there. Tony, can you have a look at my new request? Right. Where is it, Lee? I've missed it. Repeat it again for us. Oh, there's a good question. I'll put that out to everyone. Ian's asked, are you growing anything for the first time this season? I don't think I am. Oh, I am. Black strawberries, which is a tomato. Yeah, black strawberry tomato. So I am. Is anybody else growing anything for the first time? Has anybody grown black strawberry tomatoes? I wish I'd had the seeds here, to be honest, but I haven't. Right. What else? Now, oh, look at that. We've got Her Highness in. Jane Kelly's in there. Jane, how we doing that? Royalty. We've got royalty in here. Hello, Jane. It's lovely to have you on, lass. What's James say? Right, James, I've just got the keys to a new allotment and plot and wanting some advice. Want to do no dig, but the bed's already pre-dug and weed-free. Yes, but what kind of questions are that? People would love that, James. Yes, weed-free. You just took on an allotment that's weed-free. That's not right. You need to go to the back of the class. You need to sow some weeds and dig them out so you know what it's like. I'll just get the allotment. James, that's the question of the. Everybody's there like, he's what, weed free? Just took on allotment, want some advice, weed free, pre-dug and weed free. Yeah, just if you want, put a bit of compost on there, James. I think you're ready to rock and roll. Just get your seeds. You know what I mean? Start propagating your seeds, sowing your seeds, and just get them away. You're lucky, to be honest. Yeah. You're bloody lucky. Right. I'm trying to tree cabbage this year. Any tips? And I'm guessing that's just a tall cabbage because I've never grown anything like that. So nothing that comes to mind, you know, but I haven't done it. Anybody else grown a tree cabbage? I should, Ian's just saying we should have a growing challenge, you know, growing my peppers versus yours. It's, to be honest, I was going to do something with Steve, but we just kind of, sometimes when I've went this part-time's kind of knocked us, to be honest. It's like slowing right down, so it's just, I'm not always kind of uploading as quick as what I thought I could, but I could, you know, I could upload every bloody day, but so, ask people questions, putting capitals. All right, now, listen, there Amelia's asking, Tony, will you ask people to put questions in capitals? Yeah, so if you've got a question, stick them in capitals and it'll help me as well. Tracy, what's Tracy? Got my allotment in September 2020. So yes, loads of new things, including bubbleberries. Apparently they taste of bubble gum. Right, now, Tracy, I haven't done them. So, no, oh, very nice. Right, easily. Rightly, 1 second there. I've got two new 8x4 raised beds coming this week. 8 inches tall liners. Oh, I'm doing what to fill them with. Any suggestions? It all depends where you're putting them, Lee. Do you know what I mean? If you're putting them on a weed filled thing, cardboard down, compost, I would probably just put in, you know, like your kind of pumpkin marrows. But if you've got nice ground that you're putting it on, go for everything. I'd say what I would do, to be honest, I would just section them off and just have, like, say, 3 sections on each one. Carrots, I don't know, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Beetroot, spring onions, cauliflower thingy, and something else, and just see what works for you, to be honest. But I wouldn't just definitely wouldn't just have, like, say, one bed full of, you know, carrots. Just section it off, and even think about doing, you'd have to look into it, and I've never done it, mind you, that square foot gardening where they're separated with string, and you have, like, a foot, each section's a foot big, and you have 4 carrots in one cauliflower, you know, like clumps of beetroot. You're lucky, to be honest. Right, what's David growing there? White strawberries, David. I'm growing white strawberries, which are strawberries, right? So they obviously don't go red then, and I'm guessing, but they're still as sweet as a strawberry, David, right? I've never heard of them. I mean, there's all sorts of varieties, you know what I mean? Oh, is that David? How are you doing, lad? Love the channel. Thank you very much. Helps me massively wise get my own allotment. What kind of dog is Daisy? Daisy actually is a Doberman, and we're a little bit disappointed with Daisy because we've had Dobermans all our lives. We've had 3 in one go at one point, and we wanted a big Doberman. She didn't turn out to be a big Doberman. She's very petite, so she is a Doberman, but she's a little one, you know. Right. Sorry, I keep putting the glasses on and kind of. So it's stew tube. Got my first allotment in Glasgow. It's covered in grass. Can I just dig and turn upside down, start growing? Otherwise, I'd be out £500 soil. Excuse me, Stu. Section it off. This is what I would. I wouldn't tackle the whole thing at once. I would section it off, put some black plastic, polythene, like the sheets of it on one section. Forget about that. Look at one section. I would put some raised beds because I love raised beds. I would fill them with cardboard, put cardboard down, put the raised bed on top, put some compost in that if you can, and then maybe just dig over a section for a couple of years, and then at least you've got, because it's hard for me to I'm a raised bed, you know what I mean, that's kind of live and breathe them. And I would, if I got another allotment, you know what I mean, I would slowly take that process over and go to raised beds. So I would, for me, like I say, forget half of it, cover it with black polythene, kill them weeds, build 2 raised beds, and then dig over this bit. And then you've got the best of both, and then see if you like raised beds, do you know? I hope that, Stu, has answered your question. Oh, yeah. Essex no dig growing pine straw. Yeah, I've heard of them. I've never grown them, but I've heard of them. Essex no dig. Samantha, what happened there? All my strawberries last year got powdery mildew. Try. So all you got to do is, you know what I mean? It's just whatever it is, something just happens, and it happens to all of it. Do you know what I mean? I did the sweet corn. I got a great crop of sweet corn last year, and I've had some others which I didn't plant straight away. I missed by 2 weeks. They got a bit root bound. They just failed, and I wasted a full bed, half a bed, full bed on them. You know what I mean? So it's one of them things. Do you know what I mean? Seed planting direct outside. Best time northeast. August, Joe. August, Dave. I'm telling you now. August. No, yeah, it'll be all right. Kind of April. Do you know, it all depends what, you know what I mean? Like you see your brassicas and that, they're a kind of tough old nut and they'll germinate. But your feckle things, you know what I mean? Don't even think, like sweet corn and what are you saying? You're planting everything outside? Because like I say, you know what I mean? You're doing tomatoes and stuff like that. You need to have them going well before inside, but your brassicas and that, April, not a problem. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's itching to get them out. You know what I mean? And I'm, you know what I mean, more so with this bloody channel. Do you know what I mean? You slip into that little, wanting to go too early, but not this time for me. I'm sowing my tomatoes probably the 2nd week in March to the 3rd week. Probably 2nd week will be the Brad's Atomic, and then the black strawberries after that. Then I bought some, like grafted ones as well, so I think they're coming probably end of May. So that's it. Oh, Matt's brought some Brad's Atomic. Matt, good luck, lad. Good luck. If you can, they're a strange tomato because they don't, in England, they hardly go to the kind of ripe colour, but just feel them. Do you know what I mean? They're just like, you can tell when they're ripe. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. Lindsay's, what are you growing, Lindsay, there? Growing miniature tomatoes called Yellow Canary for the first time, right? Again, they're new to me. Oh, Amelia saying she wants to try this tree cabbage. Right. Linky Lou 30. Hi, Tony, from upper west, northwest corner of US. My climate is very much like yours, so watching your videos is right. All right, no, there you go. Most often you can understand you. To be honest, I do. You run away sometimes with the dialect, man. It gets a little bit fast, but there's a few folks in America. I think, like, first off, is it Scottish? You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, beg your pardon. No offense to the Scots, but you know what I mean. We kind of right, Paul. Paul, you're a star. Thank you very much. That's nice praise. What? Oh, what's are you going to do your Brad's? Yes, I am. Oh yeah, you tried some gin. That's really good, to be honest, because we tried them, and I honestly thought when I first got them, and I'd watched a couple of videos, and the sentiment I was getting is they were a kind of a gimmick, you know what I mean? And everyone was saying, like the sun gold tomatoes, sweetest tomatoes you ever tasted, and everything like that. And don't get us wrong, they're lovely. But then Brad's Atomic come along, and I tried them, and it was just like they've got that sweetness taste, but they've got like a little bit of tang as well. There's a mixture there, and the proof was in the pudding with the whole family loved them. Do you know what I mean? Like the daughter absolutely loves them, and every time I take someone up and have a little look around, and oh, what's them? So yeah, I don't know how many I'm going to grow this year, but quite a few. So it's second day of autumn. Oh, you must be down under there then. It's coming in there. Marcel, never grown it. I've had it, you know what I mean, but I've never grown it there. So anybody in there in the chat can tell them. Southern Oregon. Hello, Charlotte. It's nice to have people, over and about. You know what I mean? So it's nice. Now, is this Pat? Is this Pat who always comments on the videos? Pat, if it is, hello, Pat. Nice to see you. Hi, Tony. West Norfolk, carrot root fly. I think they're hiding in the ground here. Any suggestions? I'm sure there is a one of the nematodes things you can put down, and I'll be doing that again, dousing the polytunnel and the beds with the nematodes, but then just mesh that mother, you know what I mean? Don't let them carrots breathe fresh air, just mesh it and just hope for the best. Louise, when you're sowing your first early potatoes, probably, Louise, I'm going to stick them all in at the same time, to be honest. I'm not going to faff on. March, somewhere around there, sometime in March. It all depends. I'll see a date, let's say this second week in March, something like that. But whether I get to that, you know what I mean, it's a different thing. But just get them in, you know what I mean? Get them in. I'm doing pots, and I'm going to put over that, what we talked about last night, the straw, the rapeseed straw, to kind of keep it all bedded in, a little bit of warmth in winter. Right. Oh, what one? Is that iBeacon one? Must be, yeah. I run a school allotment, so we have a harvest before August. Any recommendation for something exciting to grow? It's the bizarre stuff, I think. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think that kind of everyone likes. What do you mean by your school allotment? Like kids' school, I'm guessing. So it's like the unusual stuff. I mean, like you say, I think honestly, like a Brad's Atomic Grape is just the craziest, funkiest. If you've got good sun, the colour that comes out of them, do you know what I mean, is fantastic. But I think there's, even, I know it sounds like the surprise of seeing a cauliflower, you know what I mean? And like, wow, that's a cauliflower, and it's like, it's all just green leaves, and then there's the, and things like the kids, you do you know what I mean? I don't have to kind of tell you, but things like the peas, do you know what I mean? Things that kids love, peas, marge too, anything, man. You know what I mean? Honestly, Mum was a great one. She's like, get the hands in the soil, get your hands in the soil and get that kind of back to nature feel. Do you know what I mean? And Titchmarsh, I love Titchmarsh. He's like, oh man, he's up there for me, Titchmarsh. And he just, when he talks about it, it's just this thing that kind of, you're not going arty-farty one with earth, but it's such a good feeling. I'm getting all emotional here. It all kind of takes the stress away and everything. So here he is. I've been texting him. He's been sitting on his bloody arse watching Coronation Street with a fag and a can of lager. Was it can of Jennings? It's nice to see you, Stephen, sir. Nice to have you on. I was waiting for you to come on, but we kind of bloody tried there. Daisy is so cute. She is. She's a lovely little lass there. Oh, look at that. Look, he's got a bloody fan club. I've got reams and reams of people saying, hi, Steve. But you know what? Thinking about building a growing orchard this year after seeing some photos of people growing squash and pumpkins. There's a thing I could grow. Because I built my arch. Actually, where my head is there now on this screen, isn't there a bed there with things? And I grew. It was for beans last year, and it was only beans that actually grew because I bought the bloody wrong one and grew dwarf beans. So there you go. Any questions? Come on, let's get us some questions. Any questions? If I can help, by all means. Do you know what I mean? Do we like these live shows? Are they any good? I'm aiming to kind of possibly Monday and a Tuesday, because I'm on my own Mondays and Tuesdays if I'm not working. So I thought, you know what I mean, boot it up, get it all up and running. Have we got any more questions? Please come on, send us some questions. Actually, do you use potato fertilizer? I do, Michael. Can't remember what it's called. Oh, not my glasses. Phone's going. Oh, it's in the brown box. See, top answers. It's in the brown box, Michael. Oh man, I'm sure someone mentioned what it's called for Michael there. I forget. Does Chempac do it? I'm not sure, to be honest. So I'm making me words a little bit bigger there. Next we'll go down there. Anne's trying Aztec tomatoes. Right, never seen them, man. Oh, you see, bloody Mark comes up with it. Vitax, that's it. Mark's got it. Vitax, that's the one. In the brown, in it, Mark, it's in the brown. You should be sitting here, lad. I can only tell you the colour of the box. You missed it, Steve. Mark got it before you, man. So yes, that's all I'm going to use this time for me things. I think last year, well, it all depends what I've got, to be honest. I was going to say I'm only going to use the potato fertilizer, but I've got some bloodfish and bone, big tub of it, so I might throw some of them in, you know what I mean? So oh, Peter there, sir, nice to see you there. Hi, Sonny, would you prick out the brood into individual module cells? Yes, definitely. If anybody, right, I'll say this now, if anybody wants to sow some seeds for me for banana shallots, because I cannot grow them. I cannot grow them at all. I failed miserably. I'm gonna say I got 4 packets, and I think 4 packets were bad seeds. That's all I can say, because I've had terrible trouble with growing. And it was Stan last year, Stan Ledbetter, give us some, and they were great. So if anybody's out there, Peter, send some over, because I just cannot, for life of us, you know what I mean? Jamie Baker, Jamie, let's just have a look there. Hi, Tony, living on the channel. Are grow lights necessary? I've got Seedlings links in my windowsills that we're putting in. Jamie, to be honest, if you didn't want to go down that route, they're fine. Keep turning them for the light. Do you know what I mean? And if you've got, this is a dark house. Do you know what I mean? And it's for me personally, it's awkward. It's hard. It's so hard. But last year, I had too many lights, and it was fuses were going. The electric bill was a fortune. It was way too complicated, to be honest. I'm trying to trim it back. You could go for just like one propagator with lights. Lights certainly help. Do you know what I mean? It stops all this kind of, if you've got a cloudy day. Wait, I'll show you again if anyone's. Do you know what I mean? That's no lights. You know what I mean? So it all depends. Do you know what I mean? If you can live without it, great. Jane, I've saved. I'm just saying, if anybody wants, I'm gonna pick 5 little winners, sofanotes@gmail.com. I kept my own Brad's Atomic Grape seeds last year, so I've got quite a few. I know the fruit there now. I've had word off Audrey, who went to the man himself, I mentioned this earlier in the show, who I guess invented Brad's Atomic Grape, and they're good. We're good. So if anybody, sofanotes@gmail.com, pick 5 winners and I'll send you some seeds out. I should send some to Steve, see if he can grow some, take the old boy, see if he's quirky tomato plants. Is he used to these newfangled tomatoes, or is he still growing his Shirleys? He's fagging his log. Hey, what? Yeah, I'll have him. Right, what happened? Come on, let's answer some questions here. What happened to your bees? David, don't go there, David. It's a terrible tale. I got stung too many times. I moved them onto a site which I thought was perfect for work as well. It was a works compound, which is had a huge bit of area, and I put them down, and it was about early November. I put loads of feed in. I went back 2 hives. I went back January just to have a little peek in, all dead. And the food had just nibbled, so that they died within a week or 2 of us putting it there. So I just thought, that's enough. I've had enough. Do you know what I mean? I'm killing more bees than I'm kind of bloody breeding. So, David, that's the reason. Coastal Gardeners, new. Hi, did you ever send out chili peppers? This must be last year, I guess. Is that right? Because last year they went out, the whole batch went out. A bit of a fickle thing, because send it, and I'm just growing local knows this. I was talking in about it. Said, yes, send them out, and it's just stay in the postal depots. You know what I mean? Which is freezing cold. So, but yeah, it all went out. Neil, what red cabbage, a leggy? Can I plant? Oh yes. Bloody hell, there's nothing. Is that still here? This one? Can you see that, man? That's just dying to be like. You know what I mean? I just plant deep neck up. You know what I mean? Cover it in soil just so the leaves are coming. They'll be fine, no problem. Or plenty of time if you want to do sow again, but that'll be fine. I'll be fine. I've like them ones there. It's saying if they were in a school exam for growing, mine are just terrible. Now, is it Nick? It is Nick, isn't it? Who's doing Nick's grown, because I refused to grow hot wax this year again for all the propagation and all that nonsense, and I lost them and all. Nick here, I'll put Nick on again there. Nick, now it must have, was it last year, Nick, or the year before, won the hot wax seeds in a competition. My seeds has grown them. Is going to send me some plug plants back. So I think that's just, and I'll do a little video of that as well. So, and I've had pictures of Nick, and they're coming along way better than what I could have done them. So, yes. Look out for that video. So yes, although I said I wasn't doing any peppers, chilies, I am. So there you go. Right, any questions? Yeah, your banter is. You heckle Steve. You got to heckle the old fella, man. You know what I mean? Like you say, just got to bloody. Did you see when I measured Steve's allotment how bloody big it is? Eh? Do you know what I mean? God, the thing's huge, man. Like you say, half a bloody cockermouth there. Try and what's it? Little Tom's after Steve. Is this Lily Tom's? What's Aldi Tom's? Is that? Oh, never heard of them, Marcel. Steve raves about them. What's Mark's in there? What's your all-time favourite thing to grow? It's got to be tomatoes, I think. Mark, it's just because you kind of, for me, you kind of put your heart and soul in, you know what I mean? You kind of nurture them on. You know what I mean? The kind of not a fickle thing, but you could lose them. So it's lovely. I'm not hammered with chilies. I love them, but they're a harder one to grow because they need like such a long growing season. You know what I mean? So tomatoes are mine. Right. It's sofa notes, all one word, sofa notes with the S on the end at gmail.com. Can I just text? Yeah, sofa notes at. So I just can't do two things at once, gmail.com. There you go. I am quite impressed with myself. I did that all in one go without. So that's me email address if you just want to have a chance to get some Brad's Atomic. That's the word, grape. I'll leave that up there for a little bit. If anyone wants to write it down, the seeds work. So look at that. Jeez, I love growing radish. I can't even grow radish, man. What he's on about? Struggling. Right. Look, it's all bloody Steve again. He's answering all the questions for us. Right. English green backyard sustainability. Jordan. Oh, you were on there last night. I love that. That's one hell of a kind of title. I'm growing mushrooms in ground and bought on Amazon. Are there anything good to grow? I've never tried, mate. I've never tried growing mushrooms. I kind of like the idea of, like the whole idea of it, but whether it work or not, I'm not sure. For me, anyways. Jane's asking, oh God, T's riffed on us there. Is anybody growing Calibus red cabbage? It's a stunner and tastes fab. I'm not, Jane. I don't know what. I must be growing some red cabbage, but I haven't thought about them yet. I've just there. Lindsay's saying, "What's my email?" Right, I must be behind with me. Neo's growing Tiger Toms and they're coming on great. Oh, you've got yours sown already. Any tips? Oh, you've just ordered some, John. Right. Well, I mean, it's like the Brad's Atomic Grape special show tonight. Did you say you've just ordered some seeds? They're a long, a little bit longer than most tomatoes that kind of the growing and the fruiting and the ripening. But just try and get them, as much sun as possible. If you can get the funky colours, more sun, more colour, and it doesn't matter if they're black, because if you just, once the nice size, and they look jet black, and you can tell if it's rock hard, it's like it's not ripe. But just keep on squeezing until it feels like a nice tomato, even though it's jet black. Pick it. It'll be green inside, but the flavour, man, John, is just out of this world. Totally out of this world. Right, any more questions? Trying chocolate bell peppers as well. Oh, right. Coastal. Right, here we go. Coastal Gardens. NW, what's NW? Can it be New South Wales? Can you help us get 230 subscribers? Come on, everyone, pop over there. New Coastal Gardens. So it's obviously to do with gardening as well. So that would be nice. Right. Stew tubes. Sowed around 100 chilies last year and now have an 8-inch chili forest. I mean, Stu, to be honest, you could make a nice little kind of earner on, you know what I mean, sell them on eBay. Do you know what I mean? Just if you want to do. Should be on commission. Thank you very much, lad. I've just felt a hole in my trousers there. These are my garden trousers as well. Actually, these are my new ones. Got a hole. Oh, green side up. Steve's promoting as well. Very nice. Any more questions then? How long have we been going? Yeah, going 59. I think should we call that a day then? There's an hour's worth of work there. Not work, play, should I say. So yeah, I think that's nice. I'm gonna try and have a chat with Steve, see if we can get his, because we like to have him on North Wales. Bloody hell, North Wales, man. Crikey, by I like that. I like the art logo, to be honest. Pop over to Coastal Gardens, North Wales. Please, that would be fantastic. Do you grow at home, Neil? Well, home's the potting shed. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I grow, but I don't grow much in like vegetables. I've tried potatoes before, but 3 dogs doesn't work. Right, I think we've had a nice little blast here. Oh, Lindsay's just subscribed to Coastal Gardens. Before I go, let's say Coastal Gardens, that would be lovely. And I will see yous maybe next Monday. Look after yourselves. Take good care.